look. Look at this. This is horrible, isn't it? Look how wet it is. It's not just there though. Look at the field. You just see the standing water just everywhere. Ah, it's a nightmare. It's horrible. Well, anyway, Happy New Year. Welcome to another video on the Annoyed Dad channel. Oh, we're going to get sloppy. Oh, hope that wind's not too bad for you. We're only just going up here and then we'll be out of it. So don't worry too much. I'm racing along as quick as I can. But this is my entrance track. This is normally the bit that... Crikey, that wind's getting up. This is normally the bit that you can just drive on most any time of the year. But not today. Right, let's go in here. Let's nip in here. Woo! Oh, wind's not too much less in here because the trees have lost all of their leaves and everything, but it's mildly better. Something just around here I want to show you, just in case you've never seen it before and you've never heard of it. So what happens with bees over the winter? Do they hibernate? Do they, I don't know, you know, what happens with them? What do people think that they do? If you don't know, then obviously you don't know, but if you do know, then you're like, okay, fine. So what basically happens is that what kills a bee is flying, which is why a queen bee is able to live longer than a worker bee. So a worker bee is born and it spends some time within the hive doing jobs, and then it becomes a flying bee, so it'll fly off and it'll go over to the flowers and it'll collect the pollen or the nectar, and then it'll fly back, and then it'll fly off again, and then it'll fly back, and then it'll fly off and fly back. You get the idea, right? Over the winter they don't do that. One, because there's not many flowers about. Two, because it's blooming freezing. Three, because the weather's minging and they don't like to and they don't want to. So what they do is they form a cluster inside there. Obviously there's all of the frames. I'm not going to open up one because it's totally the wrong time of year to open up one. There's all the frames in there, and they just basically gather up all together around the frames, but they move around the hive because they've made honey and they've built up food stores and other sorts of things like that within there. But of course, while the queen isn't laying, because the queen doesn't lay an egg over winter, what happens is some of the bees die, and when they die they get pulled out of the hive by the other ones. I just thought I'd show you that there, because that's dead bees that the live bees inside have dragged out and have just put up at the front. And because the weather's so wet and minging and horrible, they haven't gone anywhere. So there's a couple down there that you can see. So yeah, they don't like having dead bees within there, so they drag them out. You can see here where the bees, can you see that? They're not happy with their entrance being open, so they've actually blocked it up. They've blocked it up more, so as they've got that hole there to go in and out of. These guys are okay. But yeah, I just thought I would show you that because I thought that was quite cool, that the bees have, one, blocked up an entrance, and two, they've dragged out all of the dead ones, which is something that they like doing. So next year, this area here is going to be the plant nursery proper. You can see, if you've been watching, how the lavender has gone back. After that snow we had, it sort of like killed it off, and it's all gone back a bit to be smaller plants. But that's fine, we're ready for next year with that. So that's going to be fun. We've got plants going in here. I've got loads of plans for this. God knows how on earth I'm going to find the time to do all of the plans. But anyway, let's get out of this wind, and we'll get down there and we'll look at the chickens. Ah dear, there we go. So we are slightly out of the wind. As you know, if you've been a long time reader of the channel, you would know that we're down here by the tractors, and you know what sort of stuff is down here. So we had massive plans over Christmas for in here. This is, there goes the wind again. This is the orchard in there, and we have massive plans. So we got some trees in there that aren't orchard trees, like this one here, straight in front of us. Great big thing. I let it grow this year, but that's a goat willow, and it's growing there. It doesn't need to be there. It's not part of the orchard, so slice it down, get rid of it. But unfortunately, it has been so wet. Oh, there's a money pit. Hello, money pit. It has been so wet that I just see, even around here, walking around, mud, that I just haven't been down here to do anything with it. It's just been pointless. here we go into the orchard. So we got a couple of trees in here I want to take out anyway. So this one here is a quince, and that one there next to the cage is a quince. So these two are quince trees, but they don't do anything. They come into leaf, then they die off out of leaf, and then they go. So I want to take those down and get rid of them. But every time I go to do it, it starts raining. And we've got the goat willow over there that I explained about. And then if we nip around here, you can see we've got these trees here, these big ones, they're fine. But then there's ones behind them that just over the years of being here now that we have realised is absolutely pointless to keep, because that's probably been in the ground for 10 years. And look at it, it's just tiddly. That one and that one. So get rid of them. Get rid of these ones here. I think these are sycamore. They part of sycamores? I don't know. But yeah, we've got these big ones. The big ones will stay, but these smaller ones, they've obviously been chopped off at some point in the past, and then new life has come out of it. You know, I watched a video yesterday of a business guy. He's very good. He's called James Sinclair. He's got about 20,000 subscribers, some more than me. But he was there with a tree, and he said, you know, this tree was obviously blown down and now these bits have grown out of it, so just remember, each time you get knocked down you can grow back up again. And it's true, you know, just remember, especially on small holdings, you take the knocks, but then once you've taken the knocks, you know, new stuff can grow from it. But anyway, they're going to be knocked back down again, and they won't get back up again. Even if they drink a lager drink and a whiskey drink and a vodka drink and a cider drink, they will be taken down and got rid of. So yeah, this was all planned to be done over Christmas. Today is New Year's Eve as I make my way through the trees, and I had plans to do this all over Christmas and everything, but the weather has just been so horrible. It's been impossible. You don't want to be down here when it's like this. Can we see Mrs. White Chicken? Sometimes she's in there, sometimes she's hiding. Yeah, she's hiding. So anyway, the plan is for next year to breed these guys a lot more. We got the Polish boys, which are the two here, which hopefully you can see, and we got the naked neck girls and some other things in there. So yeah, breed them a bit more, maybe sell their eggs, a few other bits and pieces. Oh, right, let's come back through. So you would have seen the MF35 there. Still waiting on Dad to come and do his thing with it, whatever it is he's doing. International Harvester Defo injector pump has gone. New one, buy them, £600. Reconditioned one, buy them, £400. Yeah, I don't think so somehow. Unfortunately, Caged Birds tarpaulin hasn't lasted a season. I was hoping it would do, but it hasn't, and it has gone. So they're looking a bit drowned ratish at the minute, but that needs to be sorted. I've got a new one on order, but obviously, what with it being Christmas and all, you're not getting anything coming through. The wind is causing havoc around here. It keeps blowing itself out of that. I'm not sure why, but I need to look into that. Let's see. The only job that I did plan to do over Christmas that I have actually got done is I plan to swap the engines on these. Obviously, bodywork on that one terrible, bodywork on this one immaculate, engine on this one seized up, engine on that one working fine. So swap the engines over. So I've got the engine swapped over, but as you can see, I've had to pull up a bit more of it and do a bit more bits and pieces, because I think there's an earth issue on this one. The engine isn't working on the key, but anyway, we're looking into it, so we'll get that going at some point. Oh dear. So I'm not going to go around there now because it's horrible, minging, wet and windy. The geese are around there with the ducks, they're hiding away from us. They don't really seem to like this weather either, and I can't really say as I blame them. I will show you something though. This is something, this proves how wet and horrible it is. Hopefully the camera will pick it up. You may well know that down the bottom of the field there's a pond, and whenever we go down and we do the holly and that sort of thing down there, you can see it. But if you can see it now, and you can see the level of it, and you can see it's about 2 foot, if it goes up 2 foot higher, it's going to be on the road. But that pond, like I know it's the other side of the trees, is the height of the water table, and I use that to judge where the height of the water table is. See, all the geese and the ducks have just ran back in. They don't want to be out in this weather. And of course everybody's under lockdown rules as well, so nobody is out. I've tidied up a little bit around here, but I want to tidy up more. Have a bonfire to burn off some of the old stuff that's been knocked down. But when the weather's like this, you just can't do it. Oh dear. So right, I'm going to leave this there. This is going up on New Year's Day. Unfortunately, the videos right now, at the minute, are going to be few and far in between. We have got plans for next year, where, fingers crossed, there's going to be something happening. I hope that within the next 2 or 3 videos, I will be telling you what is going on with the top field. I am waiting to hear back. As soon as I hear back, as soon as I know, you'll know straight away. So happy New Year, have a good one. Here's the 2023. It is going to be absolutely epic because I've got so much stuff planned personally and so much stuff planned for down here that my feet just aren't going to hit the ground. So hopefully we're going to get it all on video. I might even start showing myself. I've been thinking about it, you know, maybe, possibly, you never know. You never know your luck. But anyway, have a good New Year, and until the next video, bye bye.